Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing like a really natural, no makeup look for those days when you want to put on a little makeup, you want to feel a little put together, but you don't want to look too done up. I understand I've had those days, or maybe you just don't feel like putting on makeup. I've had those days too. So let's get into it. Okay, I'm going to start with some skin prep because I haven't done it yet. So I use the Good Molecules Yerba Mate Wake Up Eye Gel. I'm still deciding if I like it, but I just take a little bit and just sort of tap it under my eyes. And I'm looking down at my mirror. I feel like I say that in every video now, but if it looks like I'm looking weird because I'm looking down, it's because my mirror is right there. But I'm just gonna tap it in just under my eye. And it definitely feels nice underneath the eyes. And then as for my moisturizer and SPF, this is just the one I use in the morning. It's the Equate Beauty Naturally Beaming Daily Moisturizer with SPF 15. It's the Walmart brand of the Aveeno Positively Radiant Daily Moisturizer. So I just do 2 pumps. And then I just put that all over my face. Sunscreen is especially important when you're doing a no makeup look, because maybe your makeup has some SPF in it, and if you're not covering your whole face in that makeup that you're normally using, then your skin is unprotected from the sun, especially as we are moving into summer. I would say, is it fair to assume it's officially summer? I don't know. But it's especially important to protect your skin from the sun because we're going to be outside more. So, and it also, like this one, it makes you very, very glowy. Very, very glowy. I mean, can we see? It's very glowy, which is nice. So I might let that sit in just for a second. This is a good time to like let it sit, drink some water, stay hydrated, my friends. Kind of wish I was hydrating with Dr. Pepper, I'm not gonna lie. Is that hydrating? I don't know. I'm trying to only do it once a week. And it's hard. Anyways, I'm going to move into brows. And for brows, I'm not even filling in with a pencil or anything. I'm just using my clear brow gel. This is the LA Colors Browy Wowie Laminating Effect Brow Gel. It's just their clear one. And I'm just going to lock my eyebrows down. No rhyme or reason to it. This video is going to be pretty chill. You know, it's mostly just going to be work with the face you got, which is beautiful, and just add a little bit. Pretty much that's all we're doing. It's funny that these days we call this the no makeup look because historically this was their makeup. This was the only makeup they would do on a daily basis. Well, sometimes not even a daily basis. This was like special occasion makeup was what we consider our no makeup look. So I just think that's funny. I'm going to move in with a foundation. Now I am looking a little bit rosy today. I had just finished blow drying my hair with a really high heat, so I think my skin is a little irritated and inflamed from the heat. But normally when I do a no makeup look, I use my foundation as my concealer, and I just do concealer as a spot concealer and under my eyes because I don't want to have a full face of foundation on. Maybe you're going to be outside and you don't want your makeup melting all off. This is a really good trick because if you're like me and the concealer that you have is very brightening, you don't necessarily want to use a brightening concealer when the rest of your face doesn't have makeup on it. It makes it kind of hard to blend it. So I'm going to use the Maybelline Superstay 30 Hour Wear Lumi Matte Foundation in the shade 112 as a concealer. I'll just pump a tiny little pump on the back of my hand. And I'll start with it under my eyes, just like that. And I mean, really, I would recommend buffing it into a brush first, but I forgot that that's what I was going to do. So now we're committed. And I'm going to use my buffing foundation brush to work this into my skin. We'll see how it works under the eyes first, and then if I feel like I need more. And I just forgot that I had already put product on my eyebrows and then ran this across my eyebrow. It's fine. We can always reapply brow gel, and it's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm even kind of blending it down my cheek just a little. Not a ton, but just a little to kind of help it, well, the redness. This is actually what they used to do before concealer was even a product, like in the 40s and the 50s. If they had dark circles, they would just use their foundation under their eyes. And that's what they would do. I'm gonna run a little bit across my nose. And then I do have a little bit of redness around my nose, so I'm gonna add some there. Maybe even just kind of on my nose, like that. I do feel like I would like a little bit of coverage on my cheeks, so I'm gonna just buff what I have rest on my hand. Just kind of try to add a little bit more coverage. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add some more. And honestly, this is a very customizable look. If you want to add more product, add more product. If you want to leave more product out, leave more product out, you know? If you don't want to put makeup on at all, more power to you, don't do it. You know, makeup is, I think, something that's meant to be more fun, something that's meant to be played with. You know, it can change on a daily basis. I've always been one of those girls that I don't like to have a daily makeup routine where I do the same thing every day. You know, that always just seemed really boring to me. And I don't know. I like playing with makeup. It's the reason I have this channel, is because this is something that I've always enjoyed. Okay. Now, to make it look extra natural, I'm just going to take my beauty blender. Well, it's not the actual beauty blender. It's a makeup sponge, but I'm going to tap it everywhere that I put my foundation. Blending everything in a little bit extra. Now we're going to go with powder, and I'm going to use the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Translucent Powder with my e.l.f. powder puff, because I like that it has the point for when I go underneath my eyes. And I'm just going to tap it to set underneath my eyes. Oh, I love this. It's summertime and my freckles are starting to show up. I don't know if you can see, but my freckles are starting to show up even more. And especially with this no makeup, natural looking makeup look that we're doing, you can really see my freckles even more. And I love that. That's one of my favorite parts of summer, is when my freckles come back and show up a little bit more. Now I typically like to just keep this because it is pretty brightening, just like on my chin and my nose, like the end of my nose, under my eyes, and a little up my forehead. And that's it. If you did put on more product and you'd like to set it a little bit more, you're welcome to do that. I'm going to just kind of leave it be. And we're just going to see what happens. I am going in with other powder products, kind of, so yeah. But the next thing I'm going to do is blush. Now, I know with my redness, I probably don't even need to add blush, but I want to. So I'm going to use the CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer Baked Luminous Blush in the shade 400, which is Please Please Pink. Ooh, these are tongue twisters. And I'm going to use my big fluffy brush. This I find, I'm tapping it, I'm supposed to be swirling it because it's marbled. But this I find helps make the application of blush a little bit more even, a little more natural looking. And for a no makeup look, that's what we want. Because we're not going to want to go in with a bunch of product to perfect everything after, because we just want something simple and nice. So I'm just going to add a little bit, just a touch, remembering that this blush will kind of wear down throughout the day. So if it is a little bit, you know, more than you meant to put on, just give it a minute. You can also use your powder and powder it down a little. I might add a little bit more here. Maybe even up the temple just a little bit. We want this to look very, very natural. Across the nose a little. Just sun-kissed, naturally rosy is the vibe we're going for. And this is, you know, a luminous powder blush, and so it's going to add a little bit of glow, which is fun. And that's all we're doing for face makeup. But I am going to go in with a little bit of eyeshadow. Now, I'm not doing a typical eyeshadow product, but I am going to use a little bit of my e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer in the shade Forever Sun-Kissed, and just use that as a little bit of shadow. I'm going to take my fluffy eyeshadow brush and then just add a little bit in the crease. That way, you still have a little bit of dimension in your eyes. It doesn't look like you just forgot them, you know, it just gives you a little something, you know. This makeup look is also great for the days when maybe you're running late to work or to school or church or wherever you're going that day, and you just need something to help you feel a little put together. Okay. I might add a little bit just on the sides of my nose, just to give a little bit of bronziness, just a little bit. But I didn't want to overdo the bronzy look, even though, oh, I really like the way that looks. That's pretty. But we are going to leave it just there. And if you want to, you can even take some of the brightening translucent powder, a little bit, put a little maybe on your eyelids just to brighten up your eyes a little bit, maybe on the brow bone at the very top. Brighten things up a little. Might even add a little bit more down my nose, add a little bit more of that highlight glowiness. Oh, that looks nice. I think that really worked. Now, if you do need to go in and blend a little bit, we can, you know, blend a little bit. I'm just going to take this traditional blush brush in my translucent powder and kind of work around my blush a little, just so that it looks a little bit more natural, especially because we use such a big brush. We can perfect it just a little bit. Okay, that's nice. Now I'm going to go in with my Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensions Tubing Mascara. And I don't want to put on a whole ton. You definitely can. You can also use a brown mascara or no mascara if you prefer not to. I'm going to kind of just do a little bit because this is a black mascara. But I don't want it to go a little bit, I don't want it to go too crazy. Though I feel like when you are doing a no makeup look, lashes are somewhere where you can go a little heavier and it still looks good, I think. For me, mascara is kind of a non-negotiable product when I'm wearing makeup. Sometimes, even on the days where I wear no makeup at all, except for mascara, like mascara is something I'll still put on. I'm kind of keeping it just on the tips of my lashes. And that's it for lashes. And then honestly for lips, I'm just going to use my Maybelline Baby Lips Dry Rescue lip balm in the shade Coral Crush, I think. Coral Crave. I was close. I was pretty close. This one's great for dry lips. It also adds enough gloss and color, you know, that I think is just perfect for a makeup look like this. Now, if you guys would like to, you can stop here. I'm going to add a setting spray, especially because I feel like this look needs a little bit. And this is the Hard Candy Glow On Lock setting spray. It's so cool because it turns all sparkly. But I'm just going to keep it around like the outer edge of my face. Woo. And there you go. That is the finished makeup look. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. If you would like to hit that subscribe button, you'll get to see more videos just like this, more different kind of makeup and beauty content. And hit the like button if you liked it. Both of those things really help the channel out, which will make it so that I can continue making content for you guys, which I really, really love to do. So thank you guys for hanging out. Stay beautiful, stay confident, stay you. Love you. Bye.